This sucks. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to Rimworld. I need to air some grievances real quick. You folks in the comments, you guys have been great. Just fantastic. You warned me about mechanoids, you warned me about insects, raiders, all sorts of things. A lot of you even gave me tips about little things like winter survival and cold snaps. So, what the hell is this? Not a single goddamn one of you told me about this. Look at this! Now, I was lucky enough that people in the comments told me about zoning. You know, when I mentioned my rhino's premature retirement, so I got that sorted pretty quickly. Kinda. And while I didn't have Wumples anymore, that didn't mean I was alone. I had guests paying me a visit when the fallout started. I've seen merchants just aggressively vibe outside whenever raiders or Scaria-infested animals start rampaging towards my base. But the minute Cassandra spreads her ass cheeks and just unloads on my house, that's all it takes for them to go inside. But, you know, that was fine with me. I spent precious renewable resources making those tables. They're getting used, goddammit. While I entertained my guests, I started building a storage area for my meth lab. My FDA-certified pharmaceutical station. If I could keep the ingredients right next to the lab, I could really speed up how fast I made my product. Organ harvesting is hard when you keep shredding everyone's insides with a chain shotgun, and I needed money to come from somewhere. This lab was going to be my primary source of income. I just needed to build some walls. You know, with the stone I didn't have. But you know what? That's fine. A little nuclear radiation never hurt anyone. Chernobyl's only a disaster if you're too scared to get free superpowers. Besides, I know a good deal when I see one. My colonists get exposed to life-threatening fallout, and I get a neat rock. How can I turn down an offer like that? Honestly, it'd be more irresponsible of me not to send them out. Now, my animals, on the other hand, that's a different story. I can't milk my male boomalope if he's dead from radiation poisoning. And I'm not gonna lie, I'm not real interested in dealing with the explosion when his chromosomes start to multiply. So I built sheds for my animals. Peck went out and made a pair of crack shacks for my livestock like the absolute lad that he is. Vex tried to help. At least, I think she did. I'm not sure if it would be better or worse if this is what she considered trying. Peck didn't seem too fazed by all of this. As soon as he was done building, he ran off to go mining. I forgot that without divine intervention, colonists are literally adult-sized toddlers with koala brains. Speaking of being a complete dumbass, I should probably talk about my food situation. One of the downsides of being new to this game is you don't really know how much a colonist eats in a single day. When the fallout started, I had some raw food and about 15 simple meals. Now, pop quiz, kids. If you take 20 meals and divide that by 7 hungry, mentally ill, hyper-violent colonists, what do you get? A fucking problem. I didn't know how long this crap was going to last, and my potato brain was pretty sure that I had more than enough food to get through this. So, can you guess what I did? If you said built an AC unit for my drug lab instead of looking for food, hey, glad I'm not the only moron here. Great to have ya. The best part of this decision was I had to send Peck into the fallout to go get steel for my air conditioner. You'd think breathing in literal poison would be an unpleasant experience, but no, Peck didn't mind, I guess. That's only mildly concerning. Don't worry, guys. When he's dealing with Tidy, the rest of you will have time to run. I built the air conditioner. McKinney kept researching while I finished my chemistry homework behind him. He wrapped up his studies, then promptly went to sleep on the floor. Literally took me about 5 minutes to figure out the problem. Just ignore all this. This game is hard, okay? And everything was about to get a lot harder because I was officially running out of food. I checked my crops and found out I had a bit of rice I could snag. Not a ton of food, but it was something. Apparently, it's completely safe to eat rice that's been fermenting in toxic waste for a few days. Look, this is how the game works, okay? Don't question it. I poked around in the research tab and I found this beauty. It would take a while to research, but it was worth putting the time into. I've been told that basins are the best way to grow crops in a hurry, regardless of the environment you're in. Hydroponics help you survive. Global warming doesn't. I saw something strange outside my house. An ibex was just roaming around in the river. Then I remembered, hey, I'm an idiot, and I began scrolling around the map for any other animals. Animals are literally made of food. I don't need to grow crops if I can just stuff my freezer with guinea pigs. Except, I can't, because there weren't any. The entire map had no animals in it. While I was gathering rice and manufacturing hyper-addictive narcotics, every animal had either died and rotted or ran off to safety. The only creature I saw that wasn't one of my pets was an ibex at the bottom of the map. Next to a woman I have absolutely no recollection of killing. Now, normally I'm pretty good at remembering my various war crimes. This one just left me confused. After I cooked the ibex, that was it. I wasn't low on food, I was out of it. The game let me know that my colony was beginning to starve. Then, a random turtle wandered onto the map. Not exactly a meal, but it was something. I tried to eat it, but apparently toxic fallout has a chance of making animals completely inedible. As punishment for my ignorance, Cassandra deleted a bush of berries when I tried to forage them. My colony was doomed to starve, and it was my fault. One of them threw a party, and I just didn't have the heart to tell them cannibalism was around the corner. Easily the second worst birthday I've ever had. And barring a miracle, my run was gonna end here. The funny thing about waiting for things to get worse is you're not too upset when they do. Nadio had sent raiders to plunder my home again. To my surprise, they weren't racing up to meet me right away. They just sat in the stink clouds and wandered around for a while. Cobwebs and rust were knocked loose when the gears in my head started spinning. I smiled and laughed because I had something from my journey to save Vex earlier. I had a mortar. I had field artillery, goddammit. I didn't have to fight them and risk hurting myself. I could just shell them into an organic mist from the comfort of my front porch. Except, it turns out mortars kind of suck. Well, shit. That wasn't a mortar, that was a goddamn disappointment. It was also a signal flare. The raiders decided that was the green light and started racing off towards my defenses. The fight wasn't too crazy, to be honest. Other than the fact some psychopath decided to toss grenades at me while standing in my boomalope pen. Chad move, not gonna lie. In the end, I only lost a turret and about 1/5 of a fence. And, as if Cassandra herself was smiling on my victory, the sky decided to open up and disperse the fallout. After a quick scan of my surroundings, I discovered there still wasn't any damn food. I could go outside, but what was the point? I'd foraged every berry I could, and there wasn't an animal for miles. I could have eaten nickels, but, yeah, I'm not doing that. And if you suggest I do that, I will find you. You'll go in the kibble. Also, it turns out that not only were my colonists hungry, but cabin fever can break a man. Or a woman. Canny had been locked away in the base for a little too long. The poor girl snapped and she went on an eating binge. In a base. Where there's no food. Fair enough, Canny. Fair enough. At this point, I was running out of options. Tidy was pretty much out of action from extreme malnutrition. My people already endured one famine, and I'd be damned if I'd let the British celebrate a second one. So, I tossed aside the Geneva Convention, along with my humanity. Come on, we all have to make sacrifices in times of hardship. I'd like to thank the fine folks of Nadio for generously donating their bodies to a worthy cause. To celebrate their kindness, their remains have been converted into high-end cowboy hats, which I'll be selling to anyone who wants them. This crime against nature was abhorrent, but it was also calorie-dense. It let me hold out while the animals all respawned. Also, I adopted a meal. Humans are animals. Animals are not humans. Their rights end where my colonists' hunger begins. Also, if you asked me how this video would end, I would have said preparing for a quest or beginning a major project. Instead, it ends with me fending off an army of toddlers who like to shit first and ask questions later. In the meantime, thank you all so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please leave a like and remember to subscribe if you want to see more. If you want to help support this channel, then why not check out my Patreon? A huge thank you to my patrons. You really are the locally sourced pink slime that keeps my colonists fed. More videos on the way, more content to come soon. Thank you all again, and I'll see you all next time.